What if I told you that one country holds tropical islands, frozen glaciers, red deserts, ancient forests, and cities that never sleep, all in the same place? And what if I told you that most people only ever see a fraction of it? Today, we're not just listing destinations. We're unlocking experiences, moments so powerful they reset how you see travel forever. From beaches where the sunsets stop conversations, to canyons so massive they make you feel microscopic, to towns where culture, history, and adrenaline collide. These are the 15 best vacation spots in the United States. But here's the catch. Every location raises one question. Would you actually be ready for what comes next? Let's find out. Number 15, Key West, Florida. Question before we enter. What if the best escape isn't about doing more, but slowing down completely? Imagine standing at the southernmost edge of America. No rushing, no pressure, just warm air, turquoise water, and a feeling that time forgot this place on purpose. Welcome to Key West. This island doesn't try to impress you. It seduces you quietly. Duval Street hits first, music pouring from every doorway, street performers pulling strangers into laughter, bars glowing like it's always Friday night. But then, the history sneaks in. You step into Ernest Hemingway's house, and suddenly, this party island reveals its soul. Stories were written here, legends lived here, and when the sun starts sinking, Mallory Square explodes into applause, literally. Fire jugglers, street artists, crowds cheering the sunset like it's a performer that nailed the final act. Key West doesn't ask who you are. It simply says, relax, you belong here. But if this is the calm, how intense does the next destination get? Number 14, Big Sur, California. Question before we enter. When was the last time nature completely silenced your thoughts? Big Sur doesn't whisper, it overwhelms. Redwood trees stretch so high they block the sky. The Pacific crashes into cliffs like it's angry at gravity itself. Fog rolls in like a slow-motion movie effect. This place feels ancient, like it existed long before humans were invited. You hike through Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park. Every step smells like pine, ocean mist, and something almost spiritual. Then you reach McWay Falls, a waterfall, dropping straight onto a beach, into the ocean. No filters, no edits, just raw beauty. Big Sur doesn't entertain you, it reprograms you. And if this much power exists on the coast, what happens when mountains surround you instead? Number 13, Telluride, Colorado. Question before we enter. Can one town dominate every season of the year? Telluride answers without hesitation. Winter? It becomes a snow-covered fantasy. Ski slopes so clean they feel unreal. Summer, wildflowers, trails, festivals echoing through mountain air. This was once a rough mining town. Now, it's refined, without losing its grit. The free gondola floats you between Telluride and Mountain Village, silently revealing panoramic mountain views that feel illegal to be free. Film festivals, bluegrass music, outdoor adventures in every direction. Telluride isn't loud, it's confident. And if mountain towns can feel this magical, what happens when the land itself feels alive? Number 12, Sedona, Arizona. Question before we enter. What if a place could actually change how you feel inside? Sedona doesn't just look different, it feels different. Red rock formations glow like fire at sunset. The air feels quieter, heavier, more intentional. People come here chasing something they can't explain. Energy vortexes, meditation spots, moments of clarity that arrive unannounced. You walk Airport Mesa at sunrise, and suddenly your problems feel smaller. Cathedral Rock at sunset doesn't just impress you, it grounds you. Add in local art galleries, handcrafted jewelry, and soulful cafes, and Sedona becomes a balance of spirituality and creativity. You don't visit Sedona, you experience yourself differently there. But what if water and mountains merge perfectly? Let's go. Number 11, Lake Tahoe, California, Nevada. Question before we enter. What does perfection look like when nature designs it? Lake Tahoe feels impossible. Water so clear, it looks fake. Mountains wrapping around it like guardians. Summer turns the lake into a playground. Boating, swimming, hiking with views that demand flips the script. Snow blankets everything. World-class ski resorts come alive. After adventure, cozy towns, fireplaces, food that tastes better because you earned it. Lake Tahoe doesn't force excitement. It lets you choose your rhythm. And if balance is powerful, what happens when chaos takes over instead? Number 10. Moab, Utah. Question before we enter. How far would you push yourself if the landscape dared you to? Moab is raw, red rock arches, endless desert, canyons carved by time and violence. Arches National Park feels like nature showing off. Delicate arch stands there like it knows it's iconic. Mountain bikers tackle Slick Rock Trail like gravity is optional. Hikers disappear into sandstone worlds. Even the scenic drives feel cinematic. Colorado River slicing through towering canyon walls. Moab doesn't relax you. It awakens something primal. But what if paradise went green instead of red? Number 9. Kauai, Hawaii. Question before we enter. What if paradise wasn't built, but grown? Kauai is alive. Rainforests breathe. Cliffs drip with waterfalls. The ocean glows emerald. The Na Pali coast looks like Earth mid-creation. Helicopter views feel unreal. Boat tours make silence mandatory. Waimea Canyon opens wide, Hawaii's answer to the Grand Canyon. Then there's Hanalei Bay, soft sand, gentle waves. Time slows down without permission. Kauai doesn't demand adventure, it invites presence. But what if wilderness went cold and dramatic instead? Number 8. Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming. Question before we enter. What does untouched beauty actually look like? Grand Teton is sharp, clean, uncompromised. Jagged peaks rise suddenly from the valley floor. No warning, no easing in. Jenny Lake mirrors the mountains perfectly. Kayaking feels like floating inside a painting. Wildlife appears unexpectedly. Moose, elk, bald eagles. Silence here isn't empty. It's powerful. And if this feels epic, wait until granite dominates everything. Number 7. Yosemite National Park, California. Massive granite walls, ancient sequoias, waterfalls that roar, El Capitan, Half Dome, names that carry weight. Yosemite doesn't age, it endures. Spring explodes with waterfalls, summer blooms, fall ignites color. Winter blankets the park in silence. Every season tells a different story. And if this feels legendary, what happens when canyons squeeze the sky? Number 6. Zion National Park, Utah. Towering sandstone walls, narrow canyons, trails that test courage. Angel's Landing dares you upward. The Narrows pulls you through water and stone. Zion feels sacred, not because it's quiet, but because it's vast. And if Zion feels spiritual, what happens when the earth literally boils? Number 5. Yellowstone National Park. Steam rises, the ground bubbles, geysers erupt on schedule. Old Faithful earns its name. Grand Prismatic Spring looks painted by aliens. Bison roam freely, wolves hunt. Nature runs the rules here. Yellowstone doesn't feel safe, and that's the point. But if raw power amazes you, what about island energy? Number 4. Honolulu, Hawaii Urban Pulse. Island Soul. Waikiki waves crash beside luxury hotels. Diamond Head offers views that humble skyscrapers. Pearl Harbor reminds you history still breathes. Food, culture, sunsets. Honolulu balances energy and ease perfectly. But if beaches warm your soul, what about the canyon that dwarfs everything? Number 3. Grand Canyon National Park. Scale breaks here. You don't understand it, you feel it. Sunrise ignites layers of stone. Hiking pulls you inward. Rafting shakes your courage. The Grand Canyon doesn't explain itself. It just exists. But if massive wonders move you, what about an island that steals hearts? Number 2. Maui, Hawaii. Road. Tahana bends through paradise. Waterfalls appear unannounced. Halikala sunrise feels cosmic. Lahaina hums with history. Snorkeling Molokini feels like flying underwater. Maui isn't just beautiful, it's generous. And finally, number 1, Glacier National Park, Montana. Final question. What if the most beautiful place you'll ever see is also the quietest? Glacier doesn't shout. It whispers through alpine lakes, snow-capped peaks, endless sky. Going to the Sun Road rewires your brain. Iceberg Lake floats frozen time. Wildlife moves freely. Here, nature wins, completely. These aren't just places, they're experiences that change how you travel. If this journey moved you, subscribe to Global Footprints. Until the next journey, travel deeper.